When was the last time you Googled something and actually found the answer on the first click? It used to be magic. Now it's a minefield of advertisements, sponsored links, and SEO garbage. For 20 years, Google has been the undisputed king of the internet. They control 90% of global search traffic. They are the gateway to the World Wide Web. But inside their headquarters, panic has set in. Management has declared a code red. Why? Because for the first time in history, people are stopping to search and starting to ask. ChatGPT, Perplexity, and Claude aren't just competitors. They are existential threats. They do the one thing Google cannot do without destroying its own business model. They give you the answer without making you click on an ad. This is the innovator's dilemma. Google is walking a tightrope. If they move too slow, they lose users to ChatGPT. If they move too fast and their AI hallucinates, they lose the trust of the world. To understand why Google is losing, you have to understand how they make money. Google likes to pretend it's a technology company. It isn't. It is the world's largest advertising agency. Last year, Google made over $200 billion. Most of that came from one specific behavior. You search for something, you see a list of blue links, and you click one. Advertisers pay billions to be that first click. This is the golden goose. This model relies on friction. Google needs you to hunt for the answer. They need you to scroll past the ads. If they gave you the answer instantly, you wouldn't click the links, and their revenue would vanish overnight. This is where the nightmare begins. AI tools like ChatGPT and Perplexity operate on a zero-click model. You ask, what is the best credit card for travel? And it just tells you. It gives you the answer directly. Great for the user, right? You save time. But for Google, this is a disaster. If the owl answers your question, you don't scroll. You don't visit the websites, and most importantly, you don't click the ad. Gartner predicts that by 2026, search engine volume will drop by 25%. That is billions of clicks disappearing. And it's not just Google who suffers. It's every website on the internet that relies on Google for traffic. The entire ecosystem is being rewritten. There is another problem that Wall Street is whispering about. Cost. A traditional Google search is cheap. It's just a database lookup. It costs Google a fraction of a penny to run. But an AI search is different. It requires massive computing power to generate every single word. Analysts estimate that an AI-powered search costs 10 to 100 times more than a standard search. So even if Google does successfully pivot to AI, their profit margins will get crushed. They are trading a high-margin business for a low-margin one. This is why they hesitated for so long. They didn't want to kill their own cash cow until OpenAI forced their hand. And then, there is the reputation risk. When OpenAI releases a chatbot that says something crazy, people laugh. It's a startup. We expect it to be messy. But when Google does it, it's a global scandal. We saw this with the launch of Gemini. The AI generated historically inaccurate images and refused to answer basic questions. The result? Google lost $90 billion in market value in a single day. This is the innovator's dilemma. Google is walking a tightrope. If they move too slow, they lose users to ChatGPT. If they move too fast and their AI hallucinates, they lose the trust of the world. So is this the end? Is Google the next Yahoo? Not exactly, because while their search business is bleeding, they still hold the most valuable asset on Earth: distribution. Google owns the browser, Chrome. They own the operating system, Android. And they own the second biggest search engine in the world, YouTube. OpenAI might have the better chatbot, but Google owns the rails that the internet runs on. They won't go bankrupt. They are too big to fail. But the era of printing free money is over. For 20 years, Google was a monopoly that didn't have to fight for your attention. Now they are in a street fight for survival. The verdict. The search engine is dead. The answer engine has arrived. The only question left is, will Google be the one to build it, or will they be the ones buried by it? If you want to track the winners and losers of the AI revolution, you're in the right place. Welcome to the Silicon Era.